And go. Welcome to Disaster Party Podcast. As always, this is Rob Cedeno with.
Oh, whoa, daddy, it's your boy Andy Bivians. That's Bivians, the one and only. And let me tell you, last week I was feeling so fresh and so clean. I think this week, just because it's the day, I'm feeling so nice and so mean. It's episode 15. Whoa, daddy.
Okay, for a quick second, I thought you were going to say episode 14. I was like, wait, today is the 14th, but. Okay, he didn't say it. He didn't say it.
See, I thought about that and I was like, that would have been perfect. But, the cards fall where they do. And today's 15.
We messed up, bro. We messed
We
up.
did. We really did. We should have started the podcast a week later and then we would have been on cue.
Just 1 week. Just 1 week. Or we
See?
could have skipped a week or something.
We can't skip a week. We got listeners and fans now. We gotta get to them.
That's true. We got to keep it. We got to keep it steady and consistent.
Absolutely. How's,
Word.
how's your week been?
Week has been long. I feel like I forget what day it is half the time. Honestly, between work, kids, or kid, and life and stuff. And what? It snowed again in New York on Tuesday,
Yep.
and it's supposed to snow again tomorrow
Should be fun.
into Tuesday and Thursday.
Yo,
So I don't. I feel like we're just. It's a never-ending game of snow.
right? Now, I normally don't say this, but the video that you posted of you and Banks trying to help you snow shovel was probably the coolest thing I saw.
It's pretty
Like,
funny,
I,
right?
I was having a bad day and I was like, and then I saw that and I was like, that's dope. I was like, look at little man trying to put up some weight.
He tried. He tried.
He had a lot of snow in that shovel, bro.
He did, and then he was like, "Ugh," and then he couldn't. I
He's
because
gonna help you
he
one
was
day,
just trying to copy me.
right? Right? Hey, he's
Yeah.
trying to grow up and be you. That's all.
Yeah. Just like his father.
Oh,
Just like his father.
he's the chosen one.
What about you, man?
My week was good. It was my first week back since COVID, so it was weird. First off, when I came back Monday and saw actual people, because being quarantined by yourself with only Netflix and TV, people start to not feel real. Um, so that was fun, and just like you, I pretty much lost my track of days. It was Wednesday and I kept calling it Tuesday. It was
Mm-hmm.
Thursday and I called it Monday for some reason. I don't know why. But
So, I think I'm supposed to ask you something.
yeah.
Have you watched any episodes of The Office yet?
I should have been ready for that question and I wasn't.
I feel
Um,
like there was a couple of people on Instagram that were giving you a hard time about that.
I saw, bro, Instagram, TikTok hit me hard. So because of your guys' response and feedback and the love, and one fan of the podcast asking me if that's even a question, as of this week, I will download Peacock and I will start the first episode of The Office.
Wow.
I said it on here. I said it on here.
Wait, did you know though that I don't know because me and Brent talked about it that next month I think WWE Network is getting absorbed by Peacock.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so like you pay for WWE Network,
Might as well pay for Peacock now.
so just cancel Peacock or cancel WWE Network since it's gonna get merged anyway, and it's the same price.
I wonder how that's gonna work. Like, are the people who have already memberships at WWE Network, are they just gonna be like grandfathered into Peacock
Well,
if
it's the
given?
same price, so it's not even like you're gonna. It's not like you
But
get
that's what I'm
anything.
saying.
Yeah,
So like, is everybody gonna have to recreate like a membership and re-put in their stuff, or is it just gonna be like, here's the switch over?
I don't know, but either way, If you just cancel it, you're all good.
And the network is a necessity, so I gotta watch my old school.
And then
So
you get the network and you get The Office. So
sounds like a win-win situation to me. I might have to do
and then you
that.
really have no excuse at all.
That's very true. I'll be like, see, you know what's gonna happen, guys? Let me tell you what's gonna happen. I'll be like, Rob, yeah, I just saw this awesome match between the Horsemen and the Road Warriors. It was fantastic. And, you know, this was what happened, blah, 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 blah. He's gonna be like, bet. You watch The Office? I'll be like, see, what happened was I saw
My
the
excuse
end of that
today
match,
is
and see, I actually just had a quote up today, which I'm gonna read on the podcast because I feel like it kind of leads into what we've been talking about with this.
well, I'm curious to hear this.
A month from now, you can either have a month of progress or a month of excuses of why you didn't.
Let me see. How long have you been? When did we do the Office episode? So about a month or so ago. About a month or so ago, if
Was it
not or later, earlier than that.
2 months?
So
Maybe?
I see
Is
a
it 2
bunch
months?
of months of excuses, not just
Woo.
1 month of excuses. But
I see a lot coming up, but you know. But I said it. I said I'm gonna do it. I said
okay,
I'm gonna do it on a podcast. So now I have to do it.
there you go.
Speaking of which, I officially wrote the first issue of Fear Masters and handed it off. So let's see what happens with that.
Okay. Sorry, I was just sipping a raging bitch.
Ooh. How
That's
does
what
that taste?
that's what it's called.
I believe it.
It's bitter, but satisfying.
Okay. All right. Well, Daddy.
Yeah, well, Daddy. Yeah.
All right. What was the buy?
I forgot. Flying Dog.
Flying Dog. I gotta try that. Never had it. That label's dope too. So.
The
Nice.
dog.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sad to say that I have not seen WandaVision this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll probably watch it tonight once we're done with this. But is it good? Does it continue the hype?
Yes. I think the ending of the episode was the worst / best part because it like genuinely picked up and you're like, oh shit, things are about to pop off. And then the episode ended.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, see, hearing that makes me want to wait until next Friday.
So you
And then
could
I'll just
double watch
both
it, yeah.
episodes.
Because when it ended, I was like, oh yeah, oh shit, come on.
Yeah, see, that's what always made me mad. Like watching shows and then the way they end, it's like, yeah, I'm so happy I'm not watching this on TV. I'd be so pissed off right now. Like,
Good thing that you won't have to do that with The Office.
that's very true. I'll be able to see them all straight through. By the time I end The Office, we'll probably have like a Peacock like ad, like sponsor.
I mean, it might take you like 17 years to watch it at this point, so.
Right?
No, they're like 20 minutes each. You could probably pop through a full season in a night.
Oh, probably.
Well, maybe the first 2 seasons in a night. Cause they're like 6 episodes in the first season.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, but then they go to like 22 episodes.
All right, that's a little more. All right, they still 20 minutes long, or they?
There's one season that the episodes become like 40 minutes.
Okay.
But only one. They're like the supersized episodes.
So it's almost like the same as like WandaVision. Like WandaVision was mad short for a while, and then like they had that one episode that was super long.
Yeah. All right. So, let's get into the news segment. Because I'm excited to talk about the first thing on it.
All right, go ahead, speak about it.
And this happened like Monday. Like the day that we released or the day after, when I don't remember when we released it. Elon Musk slash Tesla
Yes.
invested 1.5 billion dollars
Whew,
in Bitcoin
whew. Was that with a B?
with a B.
Whew, whew.
Do you want to know something crazy though? You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
MicroStrategies, right?
Uh,
I think they invested 2 billion over time, like not just one shot.
yeah.
And with their $2 billion, they were able to get 70,000 Bitcoin. MicroStrategies, right? Um, Tesla buying 1.5 on Monday, they only got 40,000 Bitcoin. So yes, there's a $500 million difference from 1.5 to 5 to 2 billion, but that's a $30,000 Bitcoin difference.
That's insane.
That's crazy because I think MicroStrategy started buying at like $12,000 or $13,000.
That's insane.
Tesla bought at 43,000.
That reminds me of the link you sent me the other day where it compares
Oh,
all
I
the.
love that site now. It's like my new favorite
Yeah,
site.
I was clicking it for mad long, and I'm like, man, all of this makes sense too, because I remember Hyro sent me a link to another podcast that I was listening to, and the guy was pretty much talking about like he invests in companies, so when he goes out to the bar, he drinks his own stuff, and he has other
Mm.
companies pay him back, so they're paying his cell phone bill, they're paying his bar tab, stuff like that. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, all of this equals this, but the only difference is one, if you hold, it's gonna grow. Two, one item's getting thrown out and the other isn't. One item's gonna stop working and the other one's gonna keep growing.
All right, ready?
So
So the website that Andy's talking about is bitcoinOrShit.com. And I'm going to show it on the video and then I'll explain it. So it says, this is what it says. I'll explain it before I show it. It says, if you bought Bitcoin instead of and then it puts in an item, and then it says how much money you would have if you bought Bitcoin instead at the time that the item came out. So I'm going to read the whole thing, right? If you bought Bitcoin instead of a fucking Instapot, you would have 22,858,571 dollars, and it says the original price of an Instapot on October 1st, 2010, it was $100. Meaning, if you bought $100 worth of Bitcoin in 2010, $100 of Bitcoin in 2010, you
yo,
would have 476 Bitcoin, so 476.9 Bitcoin worth $22 million. And for those on video, look,
crazy.
this website is crazy.
So an idea just hit my head. I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna piss myself off if I do it. Have you ever taken one of those things that you got, seeing how much Bitcoin is worth, and then compare that to what you own?
Yeah. Oh, you
I'm
want to
not
see?
gonna
You
do
want to
it.
see this one? This one? Ready? I think a lot of people own this. So, if you bought Bitcoin instead of fucking, and that's what it says, Cards Against Humanity.
Oh man, everybody's
I'm.
got that.
Everybody has that. I have that. Like I can literally pull that out. It's right behind me. You would have $348,859, and it would be worth 7.27 Bitcoin. And the original price of Cards Against Humanity, which came out in May 1st, on May 1st, 2011, at $25. So if you spent $25 on Bitcoin on May 1st, 2011, you would have 7.27 Bitcoin and $348,859. I love this website because it pisses me off.
So I'm gonna be that a-hole, and for everybody who bought Cards Against Humanity instead of buying Bitcoin, there's an app called Evil Apples, which is free. So you could have took the money you spent.
Okay, I have another one. I'm gonna stop after this. I'm gonna stop this because this one's wild, right?
Go for it.
If you bought Bitcoin instead of fucking Avengers movie ticket,
Nope. Nope.
mhm,
Nope. No, I'm
you
very
would have $123,817 equaling 2.58 Bitcoin. 2.58 Bitcoin and a movie ticket on May 4th, 2012 was $13. If you bought $13 worth of Bitcoin in 2012 instead of Avengers movie ticket, a movie ticket,
No.
you would have $123,000.
So I have a couple things to say about that. One, that makes me mad because I saw the movie twice in theaters. I think I've seen all of them twice in theaters.
I think I might have saw it twice too.
Two, that just shows how well Bitcoin is going to do from however many years ago that was to now, from now to how many years in the future that is. So for all of us that even have 0.01 of Bitcoin, they'll be happy in a couple years as long as they hold and don't buy or don't sell in the dip.
I was talking to my friend Brent today, and I was like, a different Brent, not the Brent that's been on the podcast. And I showed him that, and he was like, "Damn!" And I was like, "Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do now, whenever I buy something, I'm gonna spend the same amount on Bitcoin."
That's a great idea.
So I'm never gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I bought a movie ticket for $13." I'm gonna be like, "Okay, I bought a movie ticket for $13. Oh, it was $16. All right, I'm gonna buy $16 worth of Bitcoin."
That's a great idea. That's actually a great idea.
So at no point will I ever feel guilty about not buying Bitcoin instead of something else.
Then you'll still have the same amount, and it's still only going to go up.
I mean, they're saying, well, okay, it hit 49,725 today. So it's probably going to hit 50K in the next couple of days. Then they're saying the next target is 95,000. Then they're saying the next target is 200,000, and they're saying 250 to 300 by end of the year. It's only February 14th.
Listen, at this point, I'm happy with the Bitcoin I got. So whatever I put in, I'm gonna be happy for that growth. But I don't think I'm ever gonna get a full Bitcoin, bro.
Oh, but I want more.
Like, I want more, so I want to keep putting in. But at the same point, like, unless like I hit something big or like I come into like a decent chunk of change from like Dogecoin. Thank you, Tesla. Thank you, Elon.
When you sent me that picture the other day, I was like, bro, they're making fun of Dogecoin. He sent me this post and he was like, see, bro, see? Oh, they're saying that Dogecoin is going to be like the next Bitcoin. And I'm like, it was like a sarcastic post, and he was trying to prove to me that it was a real post. And I was like, bro, read the caption in it. And he's like, oh, my bad.
See, what had happened was y'all should read the entire post before sending it out. Even though I think it's still doing good, though.
No?
No? I haven't looked yet.
It's like, it crashed from 8 cents to it's almost 5 cents now.
Is it almost 5?
Yeah.
Oh.
I put a purchase order, so if it hits 4 cents, I was going to buy a little.
Yeah.
But I might set it to 3 cents at this point because it's like plunging faster than an iceberg in a warm summer.
Poor Titanic. That's all right. I pulled out my original purchase, so anything that's in there is all profit.
Oh, dude, actually, it's 4 cents now.
Is it?
Yeah, it dropped. It's dropped like 40% in the last couple days.
That's where the big drop came from.
Yeah, it's gonna keep dropping.
Still up $100, so.
All right, so let's move on to topics because I feel like we've been touching on the
right.
BTC.
By
the way, I'm watching the Finn Balor Pete Dunne match because NXT is doing a pay-per-view today, Vengeance. So if I seem distracted, it's because I'm watching. No, this match is pretty good so far. But go
Yeah,
ahead. Sorry. Just in case I was looking off and people are like, "What is he looking at?" Just want to describe it.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
So Borderlands did some more casting. Jamie Lee Curtis just joined Borderlands. I know Rob's super excited about that.
Lilith. No, is she Lilith?
I have no idea.
No. I think they casted her as the doctor. I forgot the doctor's name.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know they were having a movie, and then that popped up, and I was like, "Oh, this is very interesting."
So you know the sister in Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
She's casted as Lilith, who's one of the main characters.
Okay.
So now, my how do I say it? Not my concern, but as a Borderlands fan and knows the storyline. So you have her, right? And she's kind of like she always plays like the badass,
Yeah.
and the Lilith character is a badass, right?
Okay.
So they casted Kevin Hart as her love interest in the game, but in the game, for some reason it's blanking me, but the character that Kevin Hart has gotten cast as, he's like a badass military, like he'll fuck you up.
Okay, that's very interesting.
So now I'm concerned. I'm confused because it's like the Kevin's Hart. Sorry, I'm saying it so stupidly, but Kevin Hart's character that he got cast for is like
Uh,
a big. He's like he looks like The Rock in the video game.
okay.
So like big, tall, like
Yeah.
bulky, and that's Lilith's love interest. So the the actress that they casted for Lilith is definitely taller than Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart is like a small guy, not buff or anything. And the character that he got casted as is not a funny character. There's a lot of funny characters in Borderlands, but Lilith and the character that Kevin Hart got casted at are not the funny characters. They're like the serious characters.
So wait, he got casted in the movie, or he just got casted for the video game?
No, the movie, the live action
Oh,
movie. That's why I'm like,
that's way out of his wheelhouse.
yeah. And then Jack Black got casted as Claptrap, who is a funny character. He's like a robot and he dances and he's like obnoxious and all this. I would think that Kevin Hart would have been a good cast for Claptrap.
Yeah, I can see
Not
that.
not
I can see that.
Roland. I think his name is Roland now. Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
mean, I feel like ever since Heath Ledger got cast as Joker and he totally killed it, like I'll give people a chance.
But this is not supposed to be like a serious movie.
True, but maybe he pulls out that serious side.
May yeah, maybe. But
I don't know.
like I said, they're the two serious characters.
Yeah.
All the other characters are like they're badass characters except for Claptrap.
Uh-huh.
They fight, they shoot, whatever, all that stuff. But Lilith and Roland, I think his name is, are the two serious characters. Everyone else is like talking about stupid shit while they're killing people. It's so funny.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like, hmm.
Kind of worried, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll do fine, but
Well, that's like Twilight being casted as Batman. I was scared when I heard that
I can
and
see
laughed.
that though because he kind of fits like a Batman Begins or like a Batman Beyond kind of build.
Yeah, well, the trailers I've seen for it are dope. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Uh,
so speaking of me not watching, oh wait, no. Sorry, that's a different movie. I'm totally lost tonight. Um did you hear Gina Carano got fired?
yeah. Do you know why?
I heard rumors, but I haven't heard if they were true.
They are true.
They are?
Yeah. She based so for those who have not, again, trying to stay away from politics, but um, so Gina Carano got in trouble from Disney a couple of months ago because she was claiming like COVID's fake and posting like very political stuff. And Disney was like, "Hey, listen, we want to give you your own show. You work for us. Chill out." like, here's your warning, right? She said
Absolutely.
more. I'm simplifying it, right? She said more than that, but simplifying it. So I guess she was like, okay, and that's the rumor. She said okay, and like apologized or whatever. And then a couple days ago, she put something on her story on Instagram that was snap like screenshot, and she compared. Okay, she compared like modern age Republicans, like supporters.
Hmm.
She said that they are treated like Jewish people were during like the Holocaust and like Nazi Germany. And to me, what world do you live on? Okay, okay. I'm not trying to go politics here, but
Where
Jewish people were murdered, massacred, and put in camps during Nazi Germany during the Holocaust. Maybe Republicans aren't the world's, favorite people at the moment, but none of them are getting killed. None of them are getting put in concentration camps. None of them are getting massacred. So, how do you make that comparison? To me, I don't understand it. To me, and again, I'm not trying to bring politics in, but it just no, like no.
I don't get why somebody. I mean, I'm all for everybody saying their own opinion and believing what they believe in, but why would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. I mean, never
Uh,
mind.
uh, Listen, again, not a politic podcast at all, and we are no pros. But then I heard that there's a politician that is saying that some fires got started in California due to Jewish space lasers. So I don't really know what the fuck's going on anymore, to be honest with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2021.
Welcome to 2021.
You
Jewish
know what
space
it is?
lasers.
The world is just trying to be a disaster, and
But they're not having a party with it. They're
they're not.
no, they are not.
So, you know who else isn't having a party? Bam Margera. Did you hear about that?
No, he's having too many parties. That's why.
Bam got cut. Apparently, Jackass is coming out with a new movie, and Bam got cut from Jackass 4.
Good.
While he was in Jackass 4, he was asked to take random breathalyzer tests and pee tests on video. And I don't know what happened, but then they let him go after putting him through all of that. I know the dude's been through a lot, but like he's one of the originals, and from what I read, he was given like a lot of like pitches to like funny stuff to put in the movie. And then they were just like, all right, cool, here, go through all this. All right, you're done. When I was younger, they all used to do that anyway. And nobody looked at it twice.
Well, I think it's because Steve-O had such big issues, and he became, he ended up having all his drug issues and alcohol issues. And I think it's a combination of like Ryan Dunn. I think he was drinking when he crashed his car, and a lot of them had a lot of substance issues. So I think, and Bam, I think he went down a real bad rabbit hole after Ryan Dunn died. So
Yeah.
I don't think it was to be malicious in any way. I think it was to be like, hey, we're looking out for you. And again, addicts don't always want that help,
True.
and they will deny the help and point blame on other people to instead of acknowledging that they need help. So to me, it's like it should be a wake up call, but I don't think it's going to be.
Sort of. Well, apparently he's trying to put out his own movie with all the
No,
ideas that he
he's
pitched.
begging people to Venmo him
That too.
to put on a movie, but again, he's asking them. He's like, fans, just I got unfairly fired. Venmo me money, even if it's $25. Okay, like, are you really going to put that money toward a movie? Really, really?
People could turn around. People could change. Like, I mean, we don't know, but in my heart of hearts, just because I am who I am, I pray that like that's what he's trying to do, and he's trying to like change the game and like trying to bring like his fans and the fans of Jackass something different.
Yeah.
But
you got to think, he used to have all this fame. He used to be the biggest thing between Jackass. Then he had the movie. He had the Jackass show. He had Viva La Bam, didn't he? Something like that.
yep,
Then he had his wedding show.
yeah,
And
wedding show.
yeah, it was like him when he was married or something.
Oh, I don't think I
And
saw that.
and then he just vanished out of like popularity.
And then Dunn died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you're in the spotlight and you already have substance abuse issues, and then your best friend dies, and now you don't have the attention of the fans. And then I think his uncle died, and I think maybe his dad died. So a combination of all that stuff, it adds up.
It's hard. It's hard to go through all that.
Yeah. So
Understandable.
yes, sir. So yeah. Hopefully it's for the best, though. Hopefully it's for the best.
I'm hoping and praying. I would love to see Jackass 4 and whatever Bam has in his mind come, like, just out for his fans and his people, and like him trying to do something positive.
I agree.
But we'll see.
Big swerve at the end of Takeover.
Oh yeah.
They did the title. They did the titles. The you know how they do like the 2020 like or 2021 little exit title screen thing.
Yeah.
They did that, and then something else happened after that, and it's like still kind of brewing. You don't really know what's happening, but
Okay.
interesting.
I'm excited to see that.
So there's two other news topics that we want to touch on real quick. Is one, baseball's coming back, and Cuomo announced that there could be fans at Yankee Stadium.
Ooh.
I think it's like 10,000 fans that can go.
Oh wow.
And opening day is already sold out.
That doesn't surprise me.
But there is a game on the Saturday, and it's 2 days later. And I think I am going to go.
You should.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just going to be like masks and a temperature check. Like when you come in, they're not like they're not doing like forcing vaccines or anything like that. But I think, and like floor seats, like first base side seats, like yeah, they're like $135.
That's not bad.
That's for floor seats like that. No,
Not bad at all.
not at all. And I'm like, wow, I didn't spend. I probably. I'd say on average, I probably go to 7 games a year.
Yeah.
And last year I didn't go to any. So I could just take the money that I would have went to last year and, pay for a game that I might want to go this year and spend a little extra money on.
There you go. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've said it on the pod before. Once games start coming back, you're in there.
Yeah. See, Taylor's not going to let me take Banks because I really want to take him. Not to the first game, but maybe as the season goes on and all that stuff. But yeah, right now she's like, why don't you just go and see how it is, and then we can kind of figure things out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. So now I'm just trying to convince people to go with me because a lot of people are afraid and, all this stuff. But
Well, I feel like with the vaccination coming out, everybody running to go get it, I think hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works out to where like now we're in like the forward stretch. We're in like the recovery stage. So hopefully as the season goes on, things get better. I feel like the Super Bowl was kind of like the first one to kind of like test it out.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
And the Super Bowl had like 23 to 25,000 fans, but they were all spaced out and stuff. Masks, temperature checks, spaced out. So it's like if you could do 25,000 in a 100,000 arena, that's 25%. Yankee Stadium's about 40, 45. So if you do 10, that's, about 20% or 10, 20%. So
I
25%.
don't see why not.
I don't know. My math's off. Yeah.
I mean, I don't
I'm
know how they're
excited.
doing like seating, like if they're doing it like you have to buy it in certain groups and certain sections. I think
I'm sure
like
it's gonna be
AEW did
something like
something like
that.
that.
Yeah, they'll probably do like gaps. You do like 5 seats in a row if you're with a party, but then you don't. So yeah.
Listen, if it's something that gives us some set of normalcy back, I'll
Hmm.
take it.
And I think that's why I want to go because I think it would be some kind of normalcy.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the last news story we'll touch on before we get into our topic, which we don't even know what we're gonna do for the topic. Honestly, I don't know. I'm following Andy's lead on
It's
that one.
we
But
start with it.
the last one is there's news that WWE employees are all pissed off and the morale is like super low because I guess this week they called like a meeting for non wrestlers, so like everyone that wasn't a wrestler, saying that they're not getting bonuses, they're not getting like bonuses like raises or extended time off or something like that. So like all these people are just like all pissed off and like what the fuck after you got to think all these people have been working through the pandemic this whole time and to get like you're not getting a raise or a bonus is like what the fuck? Like we helped you stay on TV and keep the doors running and the lights on while all these other places like football, baseball, all that stuff had delayed starts or canceled seasons and wrestling never stopped, not even one day.
True, they kept going.
So
Uh,
it's kind of fucked, in my
I
opinion.
feel like with something like that, I feel like there's got to be another side to where like there's something bigger. You know what I mean? Like, um, because I know like they got to be taking care of their people. You know, there's a reason
Well,
why people stick around for a long time.
but that's just I'm saying the non wrestlers. I mean, the wrestlers are probably taken care of, but then again, you have to think that that whole Peacock deal. I think WWE got like $5 billion, $10 billion for that. They're getting like
Wow.
a massive amount of money, and that deal was just signed. So you're telling me that the company, who had better earnings than they've had in years because they're not doing live shows and the live shows like were negative. They're not doing, they're basically renting out these buildings that are they're doing the things. These buildings are probably charging dirt to like nothing because there's nothing running. So they're like, okay, WWE will be here for 3 months. We'll give you a deep discount just to get you guys in here. And they said that they profited more money than they ever had in their earning call. So it's like, so you signed the big Fox deal for billions. You signed the Raw deal for billions. You signed the NXT deal for millions. This is all within like the last year or two, and now you just signed a huge deal with Peacock, and your employees are not going to get raises. Where's this money going?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there's got to be another there's got to be another side. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. Like I
I
don't know.
I can't see that. I can't see that happening. They got to be.
Maybe they're working on something so when fans get back, like they have a better like fan experience. Because I heard that they're getting rid of live shows, like like house shows.
Oh, really?
When like they can get back to normal. I heard that they're getting rid of house shows because house shows were actually costing them money. So it's like I and they're not going to have the production costs to running the network because Peacock's going to take over that. So
Yeah.
their cost is literally just going to be like out of pocket cost is going to be employees, wrestlers, and like pyro, stage, and travel. But right now they're not traveling.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's got to be another side. Like
Yeah.
maybe they're setting up something for like so that way they can give back to everybody. That's something that's bigger, so they can give them a better deal on. You know, there's got
Yeah.
to be something, especially if all that's coming to them. You know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you would assume so. You would assume so. So let's. I mean, we could be positive about it and assume that that's the case. I mean, they did just sign Valkyrie and Eli Drake.
Oh, okay.
So Eli Drake apparently popped up in the pre-show. It's not a spoiler because I'm sure you're not going to watch the pre-show anyway. So
Probably not.
yeah, he popped up in the pre-show, and then Valkyrie signed, but her husband is Morrison. So I wasn't surprised by that one.
Well, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how they use them and what they do.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So that to me, I think that's all the news that we had. I mean, we went pretty long on the news, so I mean, maybe we'll go short on the main topic today. I don't know.
Back. I mean, we've been 2 hours the past 2 weeks, so you know.
Yeah, a shorter episode might be nice.
We'll give So I'll see if I can cut a little bit here, but so today is the day. Today is the day of the Whoa Daddy. Today is the day of them grown man gifts. Today is the day of Valentine's Day. But one thing I want to ask. So, as a kid, I remember Valentine's Day being like, yo, you get these cards. You know, you had to get one for every person in your class. You got to
so obnoxious.
Yeah, right? And then as you got older, then you knew who like was popular and who wasn't popular. Because like one person would come in with like 15,000 cards and the other person like didn't get any or got like 2. Do they even still do that?
I think they do.
Yeah. And like did you have it when you were younger where they had like you had to buy something for somebody and then they came in and they like sang to you and like gave you a card? No?
Mm-mm. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So like when
like a songogram or something?
Yeah, something like that. They had to like give you
I feel like I saw that in high school.
Yeah, like you paid like $1 or whatever.
$2. But I didn't pay for it because I think I don't think I was a loser in high school. I had no friends and no girls were interested in me in high school. So
that's sad.
It is what it is, bro. I can't change it now.
But that brings me to my point though. Like, so is Valentine's Day just a day where like you celebrate? Like I read something the other day where it's like you don't just celebrate like a significant other, you also celebrate like your friends and your family and stuff like that. Is it just a novelty day where you run out? I went out to go get protein yesterday and I saw a giant line and I'm like, yo, is this the line for protein? Because I'm not going inside. And then I realized that Alps Sweet Shop was right next door to it. And that line was for Alps. So like, is Valentine's Day a novelty thing? Or like, is it the day where like, this is where you pump all of your love into this one day, and then on the 15th, then it just. Whew.
Okay, here's my opinion on that.
All right.
And I think I have a strong opinion on that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this. There is a quote in The Office. If I butcher it, don't kill me. Office fans. But Ryan, the character Ryan, he's like, everyone puts in all this effort on Valentine's Day to show, again, I'm paraphrasing, everyone puts all this effort on Valentine's Day to show all the way they love. It's so easy to do it for one day, but how it's so much harder to do it for no days. He says something like that, like basically saying, I'm not going to put effort in ever. And it's just a funny one. But I see a lot of things on Facebook and it's or social media and stuff, and it's like people going, "Oh, I just wish my husband would clean or do the dishes or cook or take the garbage out or take care of the kids or vacuum or take care of the dog." I do that shit 365 days a year, 7 days a week. Like, that's to me all that stuff that people ask for, that I see people ask for, I do every single day. So yeah. To me, I'm like, those little things to me is showing love, because it's like, I look at it like, if I do the dishes, it's something else you don't have to do. So that's more time that you can have just to relax at home. And to me, that extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whether it's vacuuming, this and that extra 5, 30, 40 minutes of not doing something is relaxing. And, you know, when you come home, you just want to relax. So, and you don't want to be like, oh fuck, I have to do the dishes. Oh fuck, I have to do this.
Right?
And it's like to me that's like that is like love and affection because it's like I'm doing it, yeah, because it needs to get done, but I'm also doing it because I want to take the burden off of you, if that makes sense. So, do I think Valentine's Day is kind of like a hallmark kind of niche day that people abuse because of those things? Yeah, yeah. I think it is because again, if you do those things all the time, and again, I'm not the best at expressing verbally like that. Like I'm just not like verbally. No, like
Yeah.
I'll do all the other stuff, but verbally, I just for some reason I have like a block or something. Maybe it's due to past shit, but um, yeah, Valentine's just do that shit all the time. Like,
I,
yeah, I get like maybe some flowers, maybe a small gift or something, but like every year I get Taylor flowers, and I get her a pizza in shape of a heart that has her name on it.
that's awesome.
And this is our fourth Valentine's Day, and I've been doing that every single year.
That's dope.
So it's like she expects it, and it's not even like a oh my god, it's a surprise. It's not because it's every single year, and that's an acknowledgement that it's Valentine's Day. But all that other shit that I just said, I do it every day. So, and I don't even want acknowledgement for it. I'm not like oh my god, you did the dishes, you're the best. It's like no, the fucking dishes need to get done. So,
Tell me I'm the best. Tell me I did this for something.
nah,
See, like
I don't need that
back
shit.
in like when I was a bitter Hulk like man, I would be like, oh, forget Valentine's Day. Like, but as I was thinking this, okay, and this is all in my opinion, um, I feel the same way. It shouldn't just be one day. It should be every day. Why should people only put effort into someone if you say that you love them for one day and then on the 15th go back to treating them like shit? Like it's just
Yep.
and just like you said, it's all about like if I could take something off of your plate that you have to do that you don't have to stress about or you don't have to worry about, I'm gonna do it. Whether it's going out and grabbing stuff at the store that you need, whether it's doing dishes, whether it's going out and getting a prescription you had, whether it's vacuuming, whether carrying stuff inside or grabbing laundry, if as long as it takes that off of you or that stress off of you or any way that I can help, I feel like that should be done every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the reason others are like, I can't find that niche anymore. Like something's wrong. We're not clicking anymore. It's that I feel like that's the problem.
Yeah. That means someone's not doing something that needs to be done.
Right? And it's funny because like when you look at Valentine's Day, like everybody celebrates it. They buy their cards, they buy their chocolates, but then they forget about the massacre. you know, like they're like, oh, we celebrated it because this happened, like this historical event happened, but that also happened too.
Do tell, because I have no idea what that is.
So
I know the Massacre, the movie, Valentine's Day
it's
Massacre, the movie.
which is pretty much the same thing. Scarface, um, and a rival gang have been beefing for 9 years over, drug trades and gambling, and they're both trying to take different territories. And the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Scarface's gang mows down the rival gang on St. Valentine's Day, literally lines them up with police officers, like four dudes, kills seven people of the gang, takes over. And it was noted as one of the most like horrible day, you know what I mean? And it's weird that you see certain things pop up and it's got the St. Valentine's Day Massacre title to it, but doesn't resemble it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. All right, I have a question.
All right.
Super off topic.
Okay.
And the only reason why I'm even saying it is because me and Taylor had a conversation about it. And she's
Okay.
like, why don't you ask this on the podcast? I said, okay.
All right.
How do I phrase this? Just like the flowers and the gifts and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
I I also see on social media and people say like that is the time to be more intimate, right?
Okay.
Okay. So and it is also the time when it mixed with that is that lingerie gets involved, right? You see like,
Okay.
oh, someone's going to dress up in lingerie on Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now my question is your opinion on lingerie. Pointless or something that you truly enjoy? Because to me, it's pointless.
Hmm.
It's pointless to me. Because again, realistically, again, candid, blunt talk. You look at it and you get it. You take it off. So
That's true.
if you're spending a lot of money on something that you're gonna have someone look at and then take off, it's like, what was the point?
That's
What was the
true.
point of the money? And with the money, what was the point of putting it on if you could have just had nothing on?
That's also very true.
So to me, again, to me, lingerie, confused as fuck, don't understand it, waste of money, just as much as cards, chocolates, and all this other shit that is only on Valentine's Day. Or
So you
as labeled as a Valentine's Day thing.
so you're saying like it's like almost labeled as a novelty, so to speak.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can see that. I can definitely see that. And I definitely see where you're going. Cause if you got it on, you're gonna take it off. I'm assuming because unless you're just gonna wear it and go to sleep and be
But
like,
again,
look at
okay.
me.
So let's just say now I'm going to play devil's advocate. So let's just say because again, someone has to like it, right? It wouldn't exist if someone didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say you do like it. How long does it stay on? So
I think that
let's just say
depends.
you love it. Let's just say you love it.
Uh-huh.
How long do you look at it before you're like, okay, let's move on? There has to be a point. So again, let's just say someone spent $100 on lingerie. Just
Uh-huh.
say I'm making up numbers here, and it's someone like me who is like, all right, I saw you, cool, move on. 2 minutes, like I saw you for 2 minutes, all right, let's move on. Or is it someone's like, okay, I just need to stare at you for 40 minutes and then you remove it?
See, okay. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this.
All
I'll
right, go
give
ahead. I like it.
two
Play devil's advocate.
two perspectives. One, the first one, your perspective. I completely agree because I feel if you're wearing it for a certain purpose.
Exactly.
So it's either to get them grown man gifts and get the whoa daddy, or or it's to do a photo shoot so that way when you're
Mm.
feeling for the moment, you can send it and be like, hey, whoa daddy, come home, blah blah
As
blah.
a tease.
Absolutely. But it's not, I wouldn't say as a tease, I think it's the setup
Okay, a setup or
for
a tease
later
if
on.
you're not in person.
Yes. Well, even if you're not in person, it's just like send this. Hey, I can't wait for you to get home.
Okay, so
That's
it's a
like so
setup.
it's set up for the
Okay,
it's a setup
but
for later on.
besides that, it has no purpose.
But so again, to play devil's advocate, if it's a special moment, all right. So picture this:
All right, I'm listening.
it's like your wedding day, and they buy all of this, and they have the lingerie on for your wedding night. It's a special moment. So like, it's the same thing. They're coming in, you're seeing it, you're appreciating it, and then you're getting to the whoa daddy.
And then you move on. And then you
Well, I
move
mean,
on.
well, yeah, because they're not gonna go to sleep with it.
So then you move on.
Well, yeah,
So then what's the point?
but depending on what it is, also depends on if it's coming off.
99% of the time it's coming off.
Probably.
Okay, then. So what's the point?
Depending on the style, it may not.
Okay, so let's just be normal style.
It's coming off.
It's coming. So what's the point?
But if you got the secret Whoa Daddy compartments, it's come.
Okay, so then it doesn't come off. But still, most of the time it's coming off. So what's the point? I'm still sitting here. I'm still sitting here confused.
Also, okay. So also let me play devil's advocate. This one's for the ladies. It's for them.
Okay, so then that's the issue then. It's not for the guy, because the guy is like, cool, now take it off.
Well, they're buying it so the guy loves it on them, and they feel sexy and confident in it.
So you're saying that it's more about them than the guy?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Well, because you think about it like this. So let's just say, devil's advocate on the other side, someone puts it on, they check themselves out in it, then they get confidence in it, and then they go out and go, look at me, and then it gets removed. So then again, most of the time it's on is before that the other person sees it. So again,
sure.
Now, what's the point? The point is that it's for them. It's for them to feel sexy and confident. And it's for the guy to go, oh, cool, now let's move on.
That's true.
That's just my opinion. And I don't get it.
But listen, if they didn't feel sexy and confident, some wouldn't go for it.
And I agree with you. Because confidence is sexy. But you're going to, again, now, okay, this is me. There's a guy talking. So now you're saying you have to spend an X, Y, and Z amount of money to put on an outfit for 5 to 10 minutes before you move on to look at, okay, to feel sexy.
But it wouldn't.
That's like me going. I want to buy this sweatshirt to look sexy, to then just take it off.
I mean, I don't think the sweatshirt has the same.
It could though. It could. It's all perception. It's all someone's perception.
That is. It is perception.
So perception's reality, kid.
Some people can be into that though, and which actually brings it back to that other spot of where they wouldn't take it off is because that's what they like. So they're gonna, just like the song says, I'm gonna slip it to the side. I'm gonna make you feel all right. You think you take it off?
But again, that's why I said I need to hear a perspective that someone can explain it to me, because again, I still don't get it.
That's fair. I think it all determines what your, how do I put this?
Your thing is, I get it.
Yeah, your niche. Like everybody has it. Some people sit there and they pay OnlyFans to see people feet and have feet pictures.
Well, yeah, that's weird. But
listen, I'll look at my own foot. I'm good. I don't need that. I think it's the same thing, you know? It depends on what your niche is. Some people like, I think personally, girls wear, I mean, I'm not going to knock it.
Oh, I don't knock it.
I'm not going to knock it.
I just don't understand the monetary value to it for the duration of it being used.
But think about it this way. Say it's a certain piece that's like, oh man, whoa, daddy. And then you have like that moment in it. Now that moment's created. So we're like, all right, put it in this perspective. You having a bad day, right? You sitting down, you having a bad day, you just chilling. You're like, nothing today is going to make any sense. Other than, but all of a sudden you hear, put your head on my shoulder. And then all of a sudden that lingerie comes, sorry, TikTok fans, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
All of a sudden that lingerie comes out. TikTok fans, that red light hits, you know what I'm talking about. And then your girl comes out and you look at her and you're like, today's going to be a good day. All right, I'm out. Whoa, daddy. I think it's the same thing. Like, I think it's like.
Maybe I'm weird, man. I don't know.
It's used to like, not like, it's used to start or it's used to set up, I think, is the whole perception.
See, maybe I'm just a mind guy and not a like I'm all here.
But I see that. I see that. But your niche could be different. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. And that's why I'm asking questions because I'm saying it doesn't make sense to me, but it might make sense to other people. I don't understand it. If someone wants to explain it, I'll take it, but I don't understand it. To me, it is it again, to me, my opinion, it's a waste of time. Just get to the point. And again, it's not like I'm just like get to the point and get it over with, but you know, you're wasting more time with it on than off, and money because again, look, let's just say I spent five. Let's just say I spent $5 on this beer. The beer's done. Okay, what now? Wasted money.
Wait, wait. Did you just compare lingerie to a beer you bought?
If I can do it, I can do it. Like again, it's done. I finished it now. I got my use out of it.
See,
What
so
now?
in my opinion, for me, like words mean a ton. Words of affirmation mean a ton. So for me, the way I've always expressed and shown my love is through notes.
Okay.
Leaving, I've written notes. I've written sticky notes. I've left notes on mirrors, places. So that way, like it's random. Like, oh, what is this? Oh, okay. Um, I've created things. I found songs that had meaning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And songs that if you hear the words and you post it up, it's like you think of the deeper meaning and it's just like, oh, I really want to be with you. Or oh, this is like where I see the future going, or like this is how you changed my world. And then when you look back on that, and like to me, when you look back on that, or you're like sitting in a car and you're listening and that song comes on, even though I'm not around, and you rehear it and you hear that one lyric, then they're like, I remember when this happened. I mean, and
Yeah.
that's what I want. Like I've always
Yeah. I agree.
want my written words to come out because I used to be the storybook lover person where it was just like, I want to make sure that like you're the one I love. I want to make sure like you're the one I care about.
Mm.
And I did like those were my things. And I learned that those aren't necessarily everybody else's thing. So you gotta like adapt. So connecting this with the lingerie, I feel like that's the same thing. It's like they wear it, right? And it's for a special moment, maybe it's for them to feel sexy, maybe you love it and you remember that moment to where you and your lover had an intimate spot.
Your lover.
Ooh, you and your lover had that whoa daddy moment,
Oh my
right?
god.
And then later on you think back in your mind, you're like, yo, that was hot. All right, I remember that. Or you see something that like remembers it. Or again, like picture wise, hey baby, I'll be waiting for you when you get home. It's like, oh, well, daddy, check please. I'm out. Let's go that way. And I think that's what it is. I think it's more of a mind thing than a
See, I don't.
physical.
I'm a mind person, and that doesn't do anything for me.
But that's true. But you're like, why did you get this? I'm just gonna take it off. There's no meaning behind it for you.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no meaning
See what
behind
I
it at
mean?
all. Like at all. Like
But
I've
like
never been that guy.
to me, with like songs and like words and like notes and stuff, or even actions, doing something for somebody, even as small as buying something for somebody and giving it to them. I want them to like remember that and remember how it made them feel. So when they think back, it's just like, oh, all right. I
Yeah,
think that's almost the same way. It's just like
maybe.
that's supposed to be that remembrance. But devil's advocate, I understand. Like
I mean,
when
I
you
get
see
it. I get it. You know, there has to be a market for it, or it wouldn't exist.
absolutely.
But I they overprice this shit.
Oh, 1000%.
That's like saying I'm gonna wear my snow boots, but it's a $3,000 pair of snow boots, but I'm only gonna wear it anytime it snows. which in New York it snows all the time. But let's
For
just say
sure.
you lived in Texas and you bought snow boots and you wore them once every 10 years.
I've
You'd be
been
like,
back.
I can't justify spending $3,000 on snow boots because it's pointless.
Right?
So I'm using the same analogy for lingerie. It's like
Well, I mean, sex sells though.
that's the point. That's the stupid point.
Everybody wants to be sexy. Everybody wants to be confident.
But that's
Everybody
what it is, bro. I can go in a rabbit hole about this
for
shit. It's like
oh, you and me
people
both.
people need this like attention shit. And again, I'm not talking about my relationship at all, but I'm saying people in general need this like this boost of like, oh my god, I sex sells, so I'm gonna go post this picture. Like on social media, like people
Well,
post this
that's
shit,
different.
and you're just like, the fuck you doing? Like,
Yep.
why do you need? But again, people need that. Like, that's what the whole social media is like. Oh, I need a like to feel good about myself. It's like, nah, you need to figure out who you are to feel good about yourself.
See, and that's where what I said before about Valentine's Day being a novelty and not 365. I know some people who do that so that way they can get the likes because likes equals
Confidence or some shit.
information or or what's the phrase instant gratification.
Yeah.
So people hone on that and they're like, oh, this only got 3 likes, nobody likes me, and it's like, wait, no, that's not it at all. But then if homie's putting in the work 365 days a year, then she ain't posting it for the gram. She
Hmm.
posting it to him being like, hey, come home straight from work, this is what's waiting for you.
But
Like,
that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like you do the shit again. I'm admitting it. Like I think the ideas that you just had, like the post-it notes, like that's good shit. For me, I have a hard time verbalizing. But like
okay,
those little notes could be a good idea for me. Thanks. I'm probably gonna take them.
you're
Take that idea.
welcome, you're welcome.
But everything else is all like again, like I said, people are like, oh, I wish my husband did this. I wish my husband did this. But like, I do that shit and I don't need to be asked. Like, there's like a video series. It's like, it's have you seen it? I don't know. It's probably not. I think it's a TikTok thing, but I see it like elsewhere.
uh
And it's like a husband and wife, and the wife is always like, I just love how my husband always leaves clothes on the floor because he just wants us to have teamwork, and he puts it on the floor and I pick it up. That just shows teamwork, but she's being sarcastic.
yeah.
And it's like it's just basically she's just picking on her husband about like not doing the dishes, not picking up his clothes, not doing this, and I'm like, I do all that shit. I don't need to be asked, and I do it all the time, and I feel like that's a normal thing to do. Like if
Right.
you're just sitting at home just expecting someone else to do that shit for you, like you're living in a wrong world
Well, you
or
know what
or a
it
wrong
is.
a wrong timeline. You're living in the wrong timeline.
You know what it is. People feel like, nah, I'm not gonna be whipped by my girl. I'm not gonna do this. I'm a man. I don't do that. I just bring home the bread, this, that, and the
Mm.
third. And they don't see it as like, yo, your girl's struggling. Like,
And you know
just to
what that
help
does? You know what that does when you have kids?
becomes 10 times worse.
Yeah, and you know why? It because let's just say that's the way that you live, that your girlfriend or significant other's doing all the cleaning and all that stuff, like the normal everyday stuff that people are like, I wish someone did this for me. Again, normal everyday stuff. Then if you have kids, those kids are now seeing, okay, it is normal that mom does all the cleaning, cooking, washing, and dad just goes to work and comes home. Or vice versa. Let's just say it's normal that dad does X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, and mom just goes home. Then when they get older, they're gonna go, this is what I was raised with.
Yeah.
That like let's just say it's a boy. I was raised and I saw my mom do everything around the house, and my dad came home and did this.
And I'm gonna be my dad.
And then it's a trend that just keeps happening. Like my parents were both of them cooked, both of them cleaned, both of them took care of us, both of them gave us bath, but it was split even.
See, and I heard a quote from somebody And I feel like my dad did the same thing because my sister lived with him most of it. Like my sister was always living with him. Um, and they told me that their dad, and if I ever have a girl, I want to emulate the same thing. I want to raise my daughter to know how a man should treat her.
Yep. I
And
agree.
not only by seeing how I treat her mother, but also how I treat her,
I
what I
agree.
do for her, what
I
I do
agree.
for her mother. Everything being out in the open for them to see, them to be raised with, and them to grasp. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that way, when they go out in the world and they see this guy come through, they can see the red flags from a mile away and be like, "Nah, I don't deserve this."
Mhm.
Because some people be like, I need that."
Yeah. It's just, yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. And it's just like, that's what I'm saying. I do that shit just because it's just how I was raised and there's no other way. It's like you're in a relationship and you're in a partnership. That's what that means. It means that you are in a fucking partnership. Again, I'm 33 years old. Maybe I wasn't this way when I was 20, 21, 25, 26, whatever. But 33 years old, have a house, have a child. Me and Taylor have been together 4 years. It's just, that's how you have to do it. Like, it's not a relationship is not a one-sided game. It's a two-sided game. It's a partnership,
1000%.
and you have to. There's an equal give and take, and it's like you can't expect everyone to give, or the other person to give, and the other person just be like, "I'll take whenever I want." Like that's just not how it works. Like,
This, give me this. I
yeah,
agree. I personally, I mean, people think of me weird when I say this. People might see this in a weird way. Everybody's young, everybody's young princesses and princes. Everybody is young kings and queens. Every household is a kingdom. You want to build your kingdom sturdy with your queen,
you
so
can't
that
treat your
way.
queen like a jester
Why would you do
or a
that?
maid or a maid.
Then people do that.
Oh, I know. Oh, I
It
know.
pisses
It
me off
pisses me off, bro. It pisses
so
me off.
much. Oh, I can't even. Okay, we can go down a rabbit hole with
That's what
this.
I'm saying. We could definitely go down many rabbit holes with this, and it's just
It
like.
pisses me off.
And
You
again,
know,
I'm gonna say this very clear. I might have not always been like this,
I believe it.
and that's okay. You know, you grow and you learn and you age and you mature and you learn responsibilities and you learn what responsibilities are. But no, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. Like, you know, obviously when you're younger, you make mistakes and you know, I think when you're younger, you actually are. The worst thing about it is that it's not that you don't know how to care for somebody. I think when you're younger, you are just so you're secretly selfish.
Of course.
Yeah. So you're like, I'm just gonna get what I want and take what I want and give some in return, but ultimately I'm here to protect myself and to make sure that I'm happy, if that makes
I'm
sense.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that too, because I've been through that as well. I think some people are that way. They give and they take what they want, but they learn to grow. But then some people open up completely and then are completely destroyed by others
Yeah.
who just, and it's both sides too. It's
Yeah. Oh
not
yeah.
just, it's not just guys,
And
it's
you could
women
swap
too.
those. You could in like one relationship, you could be the selfish person, and you could be the person who gives too much. And then the next relationship, you could be this. The roles could be reversed. It all depends. Like,
You know what it's all about? It's all about finding that one person who makes you want to be a better man, every
mm,
day. And it's not even just, oh, I want to get bigger muscles and I want to be jacked so that way I look good for her. No, it's about, wanting to fix your finances. It's about wanting to
grow.
fix your living space. It's about wanting to fix your career. It's about wanting to be able to give them everything that you can, even give them the shirt off your back if
Hmm.
like they need it. Like again, you might be young and you might be treating a young princess like a jester, but eventually you need to grow up and you start to have to treat these princesses like queens. And I'm not saying like put anybody like high on a pedestal and like you're just giving. It, again, like you said, it's both give and take.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same point, if they're making you feel like you should be a better man and lift yourself up, then they should also feel like they want to be a better person to also lift you up. And you're both working at your same goals and you're working at your opposite goals, but at the end, you're building your own kingdom. And I think that's what that's about.
And now that is so much more important, right? Because looks fade. And I feel like a lot of people forget that and they're like, yo, damn, he looks good. Oh, damn, she looks good. But guess what? If the personality and the actual chemistry is not there, if you stay with that person until they get older, they might not be there. Most likely, they are not going to be as attractive as they are now. And what do you have? What do you have at that point? You have,
Right?
I have no chemistry. We don't like each other. We're just in it for the physical. And then you're like, okay, now what? And again, that goes back to the lingerie shit. Is to me, it's like I need that connection. That lingerie doesn't matter. Because I don't like. Again, I find Taylor very attractive, but that is not even close to the number one thing. It's not even close to the number one thing. That's like 5 to 10. It's on like the bottom
Oh,
of the
I
list.
agree.
Because again, looks fade, and I understand. I've known that for like I've always had that understanding in my mind. I'm like, I understand that looks fade, and that's not the important thing. It's a bonus. It's a cherry on top of everything else.
About making them feel wanted. It's about making them feel loved. And it's about letting them know you're in this to build.
Well, I'm saying both of people. You know what I'm saying? Like not just.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It should be, well, it should be both ways. It shouldn't just be one.
yeah.
And you're right, looks do fade. Because someone could look like a 10, but their personality is a 3. Like, I don't care how hot you are. I don't want you if your personality is a 3.
Oh yeah, I don't care if you could be. You could literally be America's hottest person in the world, guy or girl. And if I'm talking to you and you sound like a fucking dodo brain, and you're like, "Duh, oh my god," I'm like, "Nah, you're a 1 in my book, a -1 in my book."
But it's not even like that. Like, they can even have the personality of, like, they're mean to everybody else because they think they're better than everybody else. And, like,
I saw something the other day, and it said, be with the person who treats everyone with respect, whether they're looking or not. And it said like, be with somebody who treats like strangers like waiters with respect. Be with somebody who, um, like you know that they'll say the same thing to your face that they would behind closed doors, and so like
Yep.
that's like a genuine person.
Yep. And treat the janitor as if he was the CEO of a company.
Exactly. Just like the just general respect of you are not better than anybody and they are not better than you at the end of the day. Unless they did something really shitty, but a stranger that you don't know what they did at the on like you're just saying hi and bye, like respect.
And even with that, like, and I think it's probably my job, which is the reason of why I've gotten to this point. Even if somebody treats me really bad, like, maybe in perspective something's happening, or maybe
Yeah,
somebody
true.
passed in their family, or maybe somebody's sick. So I'm just like, oh, no, they're upset about something else. It's not me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could take that like perspective out of it. I meant like if when I said like if they did something bad, like if someone like murdered your family, you're not gonna treat them with the most respect that you would treat a
Oh,
stranger.
absolutely not. They're going down.
Yeah. So like that's what I kind of meant with like bad or like they hurt like you know they hurt you or your family or something. Then I was like okay no. But
Please, somebody hurts the person I love. I'm going Frank Castle. Let's go. We fighting it out on a carousel.
yep, I hear you. Yeah. So yeah, we went on a weird tangent there.
It was a very that was a very interesting rabbit hole we just
I
dove.
told you, man. I was like, it's a weird question, and we went on from it, but it makes sense to me. I mean, no, it makes sense that we went down the rabbit hole, but the whole situation doesn't make sense to us. So waste
Fair
of
enough.
waste of money. But I also think a lot of things are wasted money.
That's true. Well, I mean, if you measure it up to how much Bitcoin costs and how much that
Dude,
shot is,
Seriously.
Well, listen, at some point you're gonna have to withdraw the Bitcoin and just get yourself something nice. But you'll get up there. It's a couple years.
Dude, I'm thinking this year I'm gonna buy something nice for myself. Dude, I think I could buy I think by the end of this year I'll be able to buy a house in Bitcoin without a loan. How boss would that be?
That's a whole nother podcast because I just thought of a whole rabbit hole you could jump.
Bro, that's like a boss move. They'll be like, all right, so you have a $400,000 house. How do you want to pay? Do you gonna get a bank loan? Be like, no, I have a Bitcoin here, and they're like, what? You have a Bitcoin? You're just gonna give me one Bitcoin for this house and be like, yeah, I mean, I have some more, but can I have some more, please?
What was I gonna say? There was another podcast I was listening to where they were talking about how he was talking about how he buys and he flips houses, right? And he's getting all this money from it and he's putting it in his bank because he doesn't want his kids to know what it feels like to be denied for anything they want to do in life for a loan from a bank or anybody else. He doesn't want anybody else to be able to tell him no. He wants them to go for their dreams and do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And you just brought up a very good point of, even though you're not thinking about it this way, or you might already be thinking about it this way, when Banks grows up, if he has like an idea or a dream in his head and he needs a loan for it, even with certain apps right now, you can take out a loan in your
collateral
Bitcoin,
loan, baby,
and you can make his dream happen and he can blow up, and you're always giving him that positive reinforcement.
Bro, think about this. Okay, and then we can end because we're now way off topic. We could talk more about it next week. So,
Word.
If Bitcoin gets to 500K, which I think it will, okay, I can then take, instead of giving the bank a full Bitcoin at 500K for a house, I could take a collateral loan against one Bitcoin at 500K and pay 1% back to myself while keeping the one Bitcoin. So if it goes up in price, I still have it because it's a scarce asset. I could take a collateral loan against myself, so I'm paying myself back to buy a house that I could then flip, sell, rent, and still own the Bitcoin.
So,
meaning that I'm taking money from myself to buy something else that I can make money from myself without giving up my Bitcoin by just taking a collateral loan against it at 1% APY instead of a mortgage is like what? I mean, the rates are down now because of COVID, but like normally what? It's like 2 to 5%, 2 to 7%.
Yeah, you're not finding the bank. Nope.
Probably not.
You're not finding 2% at a bank if you listen. All right.
No, mortgage rates you might now because of all the stuff, but.
So I have one question on that, and then I'll stop jumping down this rabbit hole. With that being said, if it appreciates in value while you have your loan out, are you paying back the initial value or are you paying back the appreciated value?
The initial value.
Woo! So let me get this straight.
And when it goes up in value, they give you back collateral.
I'm saying it on the podcast now. I'm buying property with Bitcoin.
Oh, I'm already looking into it, bro. As soon as it hits like 100K, 200K, I'm looking to go buy like an apartment I can go rent out. I'll take a collateral loan out, boom, buy apartment in cash, rent that shit out right off the bat, without even moving into it, just rent it out, double the price I bought it for, rent it out, pay myself back collateral-wise, pay 1% on the loan, keep my Bitcoin in hand, and now have a revenue that I could buy more Bitcoin with. Whoa!
I'm going to get a 2-person home. I'm going to live in one. I'm going to fix up the other. I'm going to do everything he just said. Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's wild. All right, so let's end it there since we have not been talking about Valentine's Day for a little bit.
since we completely lost that topic.
We went a little. We didn't know where we were gonna go with Valentine's Day, so we kind of just shot our shot. And what they say, you can only you only miss the shots you didn't take. So I guess we took a bunch of shots.
We took a shot. I think it was pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Podcast. Let me know what you think. Thought it was good. You think Rob's right? You think lingerie is just a one and done? Boof, it's gone. Do you think it? You think it's a perspective thing? Like you get to remember that back, and you get to watch it back, and it's a special moment. Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
It's wasteful. It's wasteful. I'm saying it's wasteful.
I'm saying think about it back in your mind. Get that picture. Whoa, daddy, let's go.
Yeah, but how long does that memory last?
Well, my memory until the day I die.
Oh, okay. See,
the day I die. Until something happens, and then it's bad.
You know what? Seeing Banks be born, that memory is gonna last for the rest of my mind.
Oh, 1,000%.
But some of this other shit, I'm not gonna. Come on. On my deathbed, that's how I always look at it. What am I gonna remember on my deathbed? Am I gonna remember one night or a few nights in one pair of lingerie, or am I gonna remember the trip I took, Banks being born, life, big life things. Like, I'm gonna remember those things, not lingerie.
You're gonna remember all those things, and you're gonna remember the trip you took and the lingerie in the trip.
No, probably not. Probably not. To be honest with you, maybe I'm a different breed. What can I say?
Listen, we're all a different breed.
So, Andy, what are we gonna talk about next week on the pod? Disaster Party Pod.
So I feel like we've touched on it on this podcast, but I think we're going to expand on it a little bit more, and that's the perspective/mindset. Now, I know a lot of people kind of have issues with only focusing on the dot, only focusing on one thing instead of seeing it from two different perspectives.
I'm so excited.
I cannot wait. Anybody who ever talks to me knows all I talk about is perspective, and then they get mad because I'm always right.
I was just about to say, people are gonna hate us by the end of the next episode.
1,000%. If they don't already hate us by this episode, it's gonna happen, but it's gonna be awesome. And I feel like not only are we gonna learn a lot, but I feel like the podcast is gonna learn a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Get your mind ready. Get your mind checked. We're gonna give you an oil change for your mind.
Oh!
We're gonna get rid of the old oil and we're gonna fill it with the new oil, and that's gonna be positive thinking, baby. What? You don't know? You don't know? Well, you're about to find out next week.
Oh, whoa, Daddy! Brain surgery. We turn into brain surgeons.
Well, as always, thank you for listening to this Valentine's episode. Yeah. So we appreciate it as always. Again, like, follow, share, subscribe, rate, review, comments on all the socials. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the podcast apps, TikTok, Insta, all those apps. Give us some shares, give us some comments. What did you think about this episode? What do you think about lingerie? Because I just don't get it.
Oh, whoa, Daddy.
It's a waste of money.
Oh, grown man gifts with the whoa, Daddy.
Whoa, Daddy. All right, guys. Well, until next time, again, get those mind ready. Get the mind ready. Get the mind ready, because we about to feed your brain with some positivity. Oh. Feel the power.
Oh.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
From the Disaster Party Boys. We out.